My parents were unemployed most of my childhood going into my adolescence. And so there were some winters we would be in the cold. Sometimes we wouldn't have that much to eat, or we didn't have enough money to keep on the lights sometimes. It was just a rough patch. Everybody in life goes through a rough patch, and we really had, for a couple of years, it was just very hard. And I was young, but I had to take an adult role. I would shovel snow sometimes on the block just so that my brothers and I and my mom would be able to eat. We would come here, shovel theirs, shovel hers. I think we might have done this house once or twice. But yeah, we would try to shovel people's houses that didn't have access, and they would give us money. That money would help us eat, gas in the car during the winter time. I didn't know how I was going to go to school, but we knew that I was going to college, and so was my brothers. That was the non-negotiable.
Zoe was not very sure of himself before he went to school. You know, he struggled, I think, a lot to kind of fit in and figure out sort of who he was.
It really changes your life. Just being exposed to something that's not your neighborhood or where you come from. I wanted to study abroad. That was like the biggest thing that I wanted to do. And the College Success Foundation really helped me get there. Studying abroad first changed the way I thought about things, and then actually meeting with Blitzer, not in the US, but actually in Italy. And I remember that day I had on an Achiever shirt, and I was just so excited to meet with Blitzer. Probably one of the best moments of my college career.
As he, went through school, he really developed a strong identity in terms of what he wanted to do with his future, and it just became really important to him to give back.
My experiences here and engaging with students here really felt like this was my passion, like this is what I'm supposed to do. Help people in their most challenging 4 years of their life.
Last year when I was an incoming freshman, I had a hard time adjusting to being on my own and being self-sufficient. Zoe made sure that I knew the names and had the information of the people I needed to get in contact with for my major. He always constantly asked me, what classes am I taking? And I took that to heart because a lot of people don't really take the time to care about what you're striving to be and what you're striving to do. And him showing that interest and the willingness to help is a big part of why I believe I was successful in my freshman year.
I felt like this was my calling, to come and help someone. That was what made me want to become a president of a university or college. That's what I want to become.
Zoe worked for us a couple summers as a peer counselor, team leader in our summer program. And I mean, Zoe would advocate to the last for every single student. He never wanted a student to miss out on an opportunity. Part of his story, or part of the power of his story, is him being able to say to other students, okay, when I first started school, here's how things look for me.
I have so much potential, and it took me going to college and realizing that I had potential. That's what the College Success Foundation does. It realizes the potential in a student in Ward 7, Ward 8, and helps that student realize its own potential. Everybody counts Ward 7 and Ward 8 students out, but we give them a chance to shine. There's a picture. It's called the Sankofa bird, and it walks forward but looks back. And so I always try to gather all the pain, all of my success, all my failures together and try to make a new future. I know when I felt that when I graduated from high school, everything that I went through at that moment kind of just like ceased when you're walking across the stage. And I remember on May 16th, 2014, I remember walking across that stage, everything that had happened in my life, It was all worth my degree and my tassel.